Hey guys, it's Aiden Taps ASMR. Tapping ASMR, please subscribe. And I'm gonna do another reading from this. Sorry there's like noise in the background. And yes, my blanket is dirty, don't care. But I'm gonna do reading from this and I hope you guys like it. On the importance of being evil. Volumes have charted the history of man's cruelty and tyranny. How many have considered the essential role of villainy in human development? An impartial survey would no doubt qualify the villain as unsung hero, while fussy religionists still cast Satanists in the old, convenient mold. The readily attainable literature of contemporary Satanism has inspired change in religious thought. Can we expect such an admission by modern theologians? Of course not. It is always a villain. However, who becomes the catalyst for change? Consider these still fresh examples. If Aleister Crowley had not been the world's wickedest man, the likes of Gerald Gardner and Margaret Murray could not have stepped on stage for purposes of enlightenment, and Dennis Wheatley might be a starving hack. They owe their identities to Crowley's outrages. If the Hells Angels had not caused such a furor and had not been ritualized in motion pictures like The Wild One and Scorpio Rising, a clean, wholesome interest in motorcycling and its billions in profits would not have evolved. The glamour of evil, not fun in the sun, secretly spawned the present bike movement. Pollution reduction, economical transportation, all other rationales for motorcycling are piety devices. If the late Senator Joseph McCarthy had not performed his auto de fe, there would be no movement of the politically correct. If Hitler had not singled out the Jews for discrimination, the nation of Israel might never have been realized. For every Charlie Manson, there are a million solid citizens who can bristle with the righteous indignation over his crimes. The same fine folks who stand idly by while a little old lady is being mugged in broad daylight, not wanting to get involved. Invariably alleviate their cowardice by hollering their heads off for stronger legislation against a crime. Remember, there is no misfortune so great that somebody else can't put up with it. Just my bookmark. Okay. A villain is said to be bad, but an apathetic drone is far worse. A villain must be stigmatized so that his opponents can be considered heroic. These heroes are simply reactors who implement a change in affairs, sometimes mistaken for progress. What sets human reaction in motion? A force which is either instinctively or contrivedly considered evil. In order for evil to serve an admirable purpose, it must have method. The lowest level would be Satanist who thinks he is justifying his existence by committing evil. Axe is the most deluded of all. As has been amply proven, Deep South renegades like Huey Long and George Wallace, certainly considered evil by many, nevertheless exerted reaction on a large scale. The creep who's evil deed for the day consists of pulling the wings off a butterfly, variably causes no productive reaction. He cannot rightly be considered evil, simply moronic. The more grandiose the villain, the more beneficent he is to society. The small-time villain affects only the microcosm which he operates, unless his act of villainy is considered so heinous that it spreads beyond his normal sphere of influence. When a villain attains universality, he is endowed with the mantle of devildom. However, if a real villain does not come forward to serve as the convenient embodiment of evil, there, by serving the good guy's cause, such a person must be developed and sometimes invented. If evil were by chance eradicated, the race would die of inertia, at least under existing standards of mental and emotional development. That the villain is the most formidable enemy of boredom was proven in a rather quaint manner by a short-lived tabloid called Good News. Feeling that the populace was weary of the standard journalistic fare of murder, rape, war, riot, scandal, and catastrophe, Good News printed just that, good news. It valiantly lasted 2 or 3 issues before its not untimely demise. Why did it die? Good news is only really good to those directly involved. Most people lead such futile and useless lives that only bad news makes them feel better. If not better, certainly gooder. If one cannot gain recognition for anything else, he can rest well with the assurance that he is good, which in most cases equates with right. Were it not for an evil to rail against, he might just as well never have been born. Yes, evil is the great savior and the sustainer of those who condemn it most. This book should be a short read, and it would be, but I wanted to split it up into parts if I could, and just do part series, like I did with the Satanic Bible. Sorry, I'm partially sick, so everything's all woohoo. And it's 4:30. Okay. I'll do one more. Duck-billed platitudes. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. The rich do get richer, but the poor, having little or nothing to lose, can only get richer. If diligence will not do it, then charity will. All the world loves a lover. Bosses hate lovers because they can't keep their minds on their work. The loveless hate lovers because they are envious. Even lovers have little patience with other lovers. They consider another's choice of love object inferior to their own. The best things in life are free. They may be free for you, but somebody else is paying for them. Honesty is the best policy. Should read, credibility is the best policy. Beauty is only skin deep. A balm for the ugly who cannot help but harbor hostility because of their condition. The plain and ugly often mask hostility behind an unconscious or affable facade, which is sometimes mistaken for inner beauty. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. A sure way of making a pest of yourself. Better, if at first you don't succeed, wait and see what happens. If nothing happens, try a different approach. If still unsuccessful, try someone or somewhere else. There is no substitute for hard work. If you are what others expect of you, it matters not how much or how little you do. So that is all I'm going to read for this ASMR video. And trust me, I have tried to do this video I've tried to record it at least 7 times, and I messed up on all of them. And this was really the only time I could do the recording. I'm going to give you a preview of next time uploads video, and it's going to be the good guy badge, which is next. And this one happens to be a little bit longer. It's about, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 pages. So the good guy badge is going to be an entire reading ASMR video that I will do another time. I really like this bookmark. My mom got it for me. She's cool. She's a librarian, so she knows bookmarks. Okay, well, I am gonna do a little bit more tapping on the book. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry if the quality is bad or anything, if their sound is not right, and I really am sorry for the air humidifier. It's very noisy. I am definitely getting back into ASMR and definitely not giving up about what anyone says, because ASMR is important to me, and I really like the feedback you guys give me. I know it doesn't seem like I'm very lately involved in the comments as I used to be, but I really do appreciate you guys and everything you do for me. And for the person who is my ex who commented, if you're watching, we should talk and you should message me, because I do think that we can work things out and maybe start a friendship and go from there. Things have been super hectic, but I'm here and I'm holding on, and I've got my savior. How about you?